Hey, what's up? It's Luke, and you're watching Luke the Gathering. Thanks for checking out the channel and hanging out with me for just a little while. Tonight, it's Friday. I'm making this video right after Friday Night Magic, and at my local game store, we do draft on Friday night. So, we were getting the old play boosters, drafting them. Today I think we had a pot of 10. Yeah, we had a pot of 10. It's definitely been diminishing. You know, the set starts off strong. Like usually when there's the debut of a new Magic set, 40, 50 people are there playing in the pre-release. I did notice for Murders of Karloff Manor that it was a little bit less than usual than the other sets. I'm not sure why, but that's just the way it was. It is a little bit more expensive because they're the play boosters now, not the draft boosters, and the price increases and all of that. So that could be a factor as well. Maybe the theme of the set wasn't that great, murder mystery theme. Maybe that's not up everyone's alley. I don't know. But I certainly enjoy the set. And I enjoyed drafting the set a lot too. And last week I went 3-0. I was super happy about that. Tonight, 2-1, which is still great. The one card I really lost to was Aurelia's Vindicator. That card, you see that card, and it's just a hard card to overcome. If you know anything about that card just, like, it's sort of a board sweeper. It can be sweeping the board, and then at the same time gaining the opponent so much life. Kind of comes out of nowhere because it can be a disguised creature, and then undisguised. Just an amazing card. And so in my second round, I lost to that card. It was horrific, but you know, I've been playing Blue and White Azorius these past couple weeks, and it's been great. The detectives are awesome. They seem like small, dinky-donk creatures, but they can get really big, really fast, and they can do a lot of damage. A lot of them fly, or they're unblockable. So, you know, that's what I drafted. The draft didn't go well at first. I thought I was going to be in black. I drafted some good black cards. I'll show you the sideboard as well, what I got. And then we'll take a look at the deck. And then we'll check out this one pack. I actually won 3 packs because I went 2-1. But 2 of the packs I picked up were Pokemon packs because I also have been getting back into Pokemon as well. But I wanted to get at least one Murders of Karloff Manor pack as well. So we'll crack this prize pack at the very end after I show you the deck. So let's do that right now. Alright, well, this card here, it's a promo card. It's Chaos Warp. This is not a card we were able to use at all in the draft, but they were handed out. Really cool that they're handing out really fun cards. I feel like the cards that they hand out are a little bit more commander-focused, obviously. Chaos Warp, it's an older card, I think. A fun card, that's for sure. This is, of course, my sideboard. Make Your Move was going in and out of the deck quite often. Reasonable Doubt. When I was thinking of going into black, I had a Barb Servitor, Long Goodbye. Deadly Cover-Up is a really good card, I feel like. That would have been a great card to have in the deck. And then just other black and blue cards. I ended up going white and blue. I also got an Audience with Tristani, which is not a really great card for limited. So that was my sideboard. Oh, we also got, you know, you end up with these random things. I got like an art card, Rakdos. Yep, that's what I thought, Rakdos. And then one of these punchy out things, token. Anyways, here's the deck. You know, a few thoughts about this deck. I drafted a lot of flyers, so I wanted the flyers to be able to get buffed. So, Candlestick. This gives +1/+1. Plus, when this creature attacks, you can Surveil 2. I thought the Surveil 2 was key to this card. Being able to Surveil 2 every time, if this is on a flyer and they're getting in, and you get to have this really nice card selection. You know, when I got all the mana I needed, I just kept throwing mana away that I didn't think I needed anymore. That was great. And if you really need to in a pinch, you can sacrifice this to draw a card for 2 mana. Anytime you're not thinking, every time you're playing detectives, I think Thinking Cap is a great include. You throw it down on turn 1 for 1, And then you can equip it for just 1 to a detective. It makes detectives very strong, very hard to kill because of that +1, +2. +2 on defense is pretty big. So I thought the think I was good. I also had the Kravod haunch, which is a huge piece of meat. Again, deploys for 1, gives +2/+0. Again, if you're having flyers, a 2/2 flyer like that crime spree flyer guy, that becomes a 4/2. 4 is a lot better than 2 when you're throwing in damage. You can also sack it to gain life, and then you can also have dogs from this as well. So I think this is just a jam-packed card full of lots of good stuff. Fey Flight is a card I picked up near the beginning. I didn't know what I was doing in terms of what colors to go into. The packs weren't looking that good. Fey Flight caught my eye. It's nice. I actually did use the flash ability where creatures gain hexproof. They were trying to target a creature down to kill with murder. I played this, flashed it in. Felt great. Reasonable Doubt. It's a counterspell. And I actually don't mind having counter spells in my draft decks. I like to use these early, especially, a lot of, face down creatures are played, and who knows, you can really tag a good one with this card. Auspicious Arrival. This kind of was interchanged with Make Your Move. But I thought this one's more versatile. I'd start with this one to give my creatures, +2/+2, and then it's a little cheaper. Then, like, for example, On the Job, and then it also gives you the Investigate. Speaking of On the Job, we got this On the Job version. I like this one a lot. Creatures get +2/+1, and you get Investigate as well. Out Cold. Actually, I think Out Cold is better than On the Job, my personal opinion. When I use Out Cold, it's so amazing. You just get rid of blockers, and you can just get in for damage. Plus, you can Investigate. Plus, this can't be countered, so, you don't have to pay the ward cost on the, the mystery creatures. It's just so good. Dramatic Accusation actually saved me in my last game because I drew both of them. I had 2 of them, and they just tapped down that 6/7 reach giant bug creature thing in Gruul, and then something else I tapped down. It really did save me. So both of these were awesome. Getting into the creatures, Novice Inspector. This goes without saying. One of the best creatures that you can get. In limited, we got 2 Market Watch Phantoms, and then we got a Seasoned Consultant. I think this is like the triune of like cheap detectives that you should always have if you can get them. I like that group. And the Perimeter Enforcer, this is a little bit harder to get because he's uncommon, but that lifelink is amazing. And then when detectives come down, he gets +1/+1, which means he gains you 2 life if he hits. It's so amazing. Crime Stopper Sprite. This is just I think it's an okay card. I never get the Collect Evidence 6 to work. I never end up having 6 in the graveyard. This is an aggro deck, so it doesn't do much. But I had 3 of them. I wasn't too happy that much about them, but they turned out to be decent, especially with cards that buff these things, like the weapons I had. That was great. And they still can tap down things when they ETB, so I wasn't super happy to have 3 of them in the deck, but I wish I had some better cards, but, you draft and you draft. Cold Case Cracker is one of those cards I really love. Costs 1 more, though. But when it dies, it investigates, and it's a 3/3. It's, being a 3/3 is pretty big. Furtive Courier. It's the first time I really played with Furtive Courier, and it did awesome for me. Going in for unblockable damage, as long as you sacrifice an artifact. And then it can draw on discards, kind of filter through your deck. I thought this was a fantastic addition to the deck. My personal favorite, and this came in mid-pack 2. So surprised when this card came through. Private Eye, the best detective card in my opinion, gives all your detectives +1/+1. Other detectives, not himself. That's great. Gives all other detectives +1/+1. It's huge. And then you can make a detective not be able to be blocked if you draw a second card in a turn. And of course, that has to do mostly with the clues. If you crack a clue, this will trigger off. It's also 3/3, which is a little beefier than most. Um, I think this is my favorite card to use in the set. This was an interesting one. Sanguine Savior. I actually have one in the sideboard as well. Sanguine Savior was cool. This actually won me a game because I had it, because we were racing and they were getting me really down low, even to 1 life. And Sanguine Savior came down, flipped, gave something else lifelink. I gained life. Then this thing got the haunch, and then this gained 4 more life, and it kept me in the game till I won. That was so sweet. So I really love the Sanguine Savior. The rares, Doorkeeper Thrall. This kind of turns off ETBs. I didn't really like this card at all, but it is a 2-drop flyer. Not the greatest, but I did have this in the deck. Lost in the Maze. Lost in the Maze is another card. I feel like I'd rather have Out Cold or something like that than this, but it's a rare. I did use it. Did work. Did what it was supposed to do. So that's it. Let's find out what one final rare or whatever we can do comes out of this pack. We got a human token. That's cool. Full Art Swamp. Demand Answers. Hunted Bone Brute. Now that's a pretty good rare, especially in limited. So this would have been a cool pack to get draft wise. And we also got cool Undercity Sewer. So 2 rares. This is the Surveil Land for Dimir. Greenbelt Radical, excellent card. Fester Leech, also a really good card. Insidious Roots, a fun card to build around if you can. Automaton's okay. Slime, it's okay. Analyst, Shock, great card. Strider, Offender, Makeshift Binding. Wow, there's a bunch of great cards, especially for limited in that pack. But there you go. There is the deck. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys have fun with your games of Magic, wherever and whenever you play them. I'll see you next time.